Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. Today we're going over the top killers or family members on every single map in the game so far. There are 5 killers. One is always available on every map, so we won't be including him. That's Leatherface, of course, and there are 3 maps in total. But I do want to say before we get started, this is my opinion, of course, so you might not agree with it, and that's okay. Let me know who your picks are down in the comments. And really every killer is viable on every single map, so anyways, let's start with the family house. In my opinion, the family house needs one change to it that would make this character even better on the family house. But in general, right now, I think Johnny is the strongest family member on the family house. And that is really the only map where he is super strong. Of course, a lot of people are asking for Johnny buffs. I think he should get buffs as well. Similar to the cook, how he has locks, Johnny should get something there. I came up with the idea. Maybe he puts covers, like wooden covers over the wells around the maps. You can have 3 of them. Victims would have to go up to the wells and barge them to break them. Either that or like a passive so that he can like jump down wells and land on his feet. Maybe in a stun animation for a few seconds. I don't really know. This should give Johnny something, but I do think he excels on the family house a lot compared to most family members. And that reason is, I'm just gonna put a screenshot up on the screen here. I'm literally watching, and you can do this with any killer obviously, but in this screenshot I'm watching 3 exits. There's the one through the wall crack, there's the one right in front of me, and there's the ladder one in the back room. And if I turn my head just a little bit, which you can just constantly do, you could stand in this spot, turn your head, you can watch the other exit right behind you. And even kind of the side garden exit because they have to come through that door anyways. But what makes Johnny so good on this map is that you can roam in seconds between all these exits. You don't even need to go around the wall. You can just look through the wall crack. You can just roam with your footprint ability active. It's active for a very long time, especially if you have Johnny upgraded. You will be able to see every single footprint that comes up those stairs. I've had multiple games where I've kept everyone in the basement because no one could come up. The second they would, I would see a footprint because I'm roaming between all the basement exits within literally like 3 seconds. They could never come up. They just kept having, whenever they did come up, sure, they'd get hit a couple times and hop down a well, but then they'd be stuck back in the basement with Leatherface. Obviously they can come up and Leland can stun you, right? That is possible, but you're usually up there. In my matches, I usually had a cook with me. Just both of us roaming between all the exit points of the basement. No one could ever pass because I knew if they would come up, I had the footprints active. Even if a Leland did come up and stun one of us, the other one would just hit them until they go back in the well. It's also a very easy map to roam between both the staircases that lead to the fuse box upstairs. If you see a single footprint on a staircase, you know someone's upstairs. Now, the only caveat to this map that I was saying earlier that they should change is that there is a Leatherface barricade upstairs, like all the way upstairs, where Leatherface needs to break that or else Johnny and the cook have no access to upstairs. They have access to like the first area of upstairs, but sometimes a fuse box can spawn in an area where they just can't get to. So I think they should definitely change that barricade, but or just not have one upstairs at all. Other than that, that's the only thing that holds the cook and Johnny back on that map. Another thing can happen, but usually doesn't. Julie could run upstairs, but you're watching all the exits within seconds. She'd have to run up so fast right when you turn, and she has no idea where your camera is pointed either. But yeah, Julie could run up because again, her footsteps can't be tracked when she has her ability active. But that has yet to happen to me. Or hasn't, I just don't know because her power is so powerful. I don't know. No, but I've gotten 4Ks on Family House as Johnny. He is absolutely cracked on that map. So I definitely recommend playing him on that. Just stand in that room, roam between all the points. They're all right there. Family House is very easy for the family, usually. If they all rush the windows and like kick the generator and like bully you, maybe not, but I've been doing all this and playing the game without communication the entire time, and it's been pretty easy on both sides. And a huge bonus to Johnny on this map compared to every other map, he has the closest spawn out in the sunflower fields right next to the car battery, so you can easily turn that on. Any other map, Johnny doesn't spawn near the car battery, he spawns in the complete opposite area usually. Slaughterhouse kind of near it, but you have to go through like 3 doors. But yeah, he's the closest family member to the car battery on this map, so definitely recommend having him. On to the Slaughterhouse. Now this is a strange map because I don't think a lot of people know this about the map. It's the only map with 4 basement exits. Every other map has 5. Let's count hallway of family house, the back area of family house, the ladder in the kitchen, the ladder in the side garden, and then that main room I was just talking about with Johnny. That's 5 exits. Gas station, 2 ladders again. Some people don't know about that other ladder. Middle area, back garage area, and the house area. Slaughterhouse, you only have 1 ladder, 1 outside staircase, the one in the middle of the map, the one in the storage area. So Hitchhiker is the strongest on this map because there's only one ladder. You can place a trap at that ladder, and then now they're down to 3 exits. And guess how many family members there are? 3. So you guys can all guard your own exit if you want. It gives the Hitchhiker another trap to use as well, because usually on the other maps, sometimes place traps at both the ladders and then get them down to 3 exits. On this map, you get to save a bear trap, just place 1 at a ladder, and since you spawn near the generator, might as well just place 1 at the generator or anywhere else you want. You have 2 bear traps at your disposal. But yeah, very strange choice for that map to only have 4 basement exits, but it definitely just brings Hitchhiker to a new height on that map. Just put 1 at the ladder, put 1 at the fuse box, put 1 at the generator, or put 1 hidden in grass or something. Can I just say, I really appreciate how different all these maps feel. I don't really know which one is more family-sided, which one's more victim-sided. I still think the game in general is victim-sided because I absolutely bully the killers as victim, but I'm sure that stuff will be fixed soon. But like Family House, you can guard all the exits within seconds of each other. They're all just right there. Slaughterhouse, they're all spread out, so it's harder to watch all of them, but there's less of them. Gas Station, they're all spread out, and the victims have access to a door. That's obviously a victim-sided map. But yeah, all the maps feel very different, and I just wanted to throw that out there that I appreciate that. They all play pretty differently and all require different killers if you want to play them to like their full potential. But yeah, Slaughterhouse was pretty short. On to the next map, the last map, Gas Station. Obviously, I think most people will agree Cook is the strongest on this map. This is definitely a map where it's almost like required that you have Cook. The generator area of that map, where the Cook spawns, has 2 fences to get into that area, right? There's no other ways, which is very nice. Usually, a Cook will place a lock at both the fences, and then he'll place one on the door. That's just a free exit out at the front of the gas station. That's the usual Cook setup on that map. It kind of sucks that you have to play by those rules basically, but that's how it is. Now, if you have a Hitchhiker in your team or something, you could have traps at both the fences, so no one can get in unless they have a bone scrap or they just tank the bear traps. Also, they're called bone traps. I don't know why I can't keep calling them bear traps, but I really don't care. But yeah, just because the gas station has that one door that has no cattle grid under it, no valve to turn, no fuse to insert, nothing like that, required that you have to put a lock on that door. If you don't have a lock on it, Connie's just gonna right click and get through. I still hate that a lot of the victim abilities are just one click. Overwatch ultimates, Anna can just click and become a Final Fantasy spongy boss battle with 1 billion health. Anyways, I'm going on a rant again about the problems of the game. I'll stop doing that. But yeah, since that whole generator area of the map has only 2 fences to get in there, it's actually pretty easy once people figure out how to play the map to just have someone roam between those fences. Now, they can still like, while you're roaming between both, you can look at both at the same time. They are within like 3 or 4 seconds of each other, much like the basement exits of the Family House. So a Cook alone could just lock down that area and still patrol it and guard it. If there's no Cook on the map, one of those fences can be broken in an instant by a Connie, and then they have access to the generator area. And you're gonna have to roam now between the generator and the gas station door. But as long as it's locked down by a Cook, it's pretty easy to just roam between that area and completely protect it. Now, if you ever want to feed Grandpa, if you ever have to leave the area, if someone runs up to you and you can't chase them down, that sucks. It's a very boring play style that you have to do on that map to protect that exit. You just can't leave those fences. Someone could run up to you and get you in a grapple animation, someone could backstab you, someone could Leland charge you. Connie could still run up and instantly break a lock, wait 2 minutes for her timer to be up, run up, break another lock. It's still annoying that you can't do anything, and if you are patrolling the area and guarding it, but that's every map on this game, and that's just because victims are very powerful. I also think Johnny's very strong on this map though, just because you can just watch the footprints in those areas, just be in the generator zone. If there's a single footprint, you know someone's there. I just think Johnny's ability is very good. But on the gas station map, you probably need someone like Sissy or Hitchhiker, as well as a Cook, because there are some gaps that just cause huge infinites. You can go through a single crack in the wall of the house, the back of the house, and be in the house, and then there's just complete infinites on the gas station that need to be solved with Hitchhiker and Sissy. There's even an invincibility spot where you can go through a car and just stay back there, and no one can get you unless you have Hitchhiker or Sissy on your team. So yeah, I think Hitchhiker and Sissy are required on that map, but a Cook is obviously the best. If there's a Johnny, don't be Cook because you're gonna have to deal with infinites. Anyways, those are all 3 maps. Let me know your pick for the top best killer on every single map and the worst one on every map. Are there any changes you think should happen to these maps? Do you think certain ones are more victim-sided, certain ones are more family-sided? Let me know down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Hopefully it helps you guys out. And that's it. See you guys in the next video very, very soon.